Hey guys, it's Zach from Digital Pinnacle, and welcome to episode 7 of Digital Desires. In this episode, I'll be running through my wishlist for Halo 6. 343 Industries have confirmed that Halo 6 is currently being produced, and although no official release date has been given, we are very excited to play the concluding chapter of the Reclaimer trilogy. At the end of this video, we will be including a suggestion from one of our viewers. For this episode, we even reached out to Ryan McCaffrey of IGN and Podcast Unlocked on Twitter to find out what he'd like in Halo 6. So be sure to stick until the end. Without further delay, here is our wishlist for Halo 6. The first thing I'd like to see in Halo 6 is more Master Chief in the campaign. The campaign in Halo 5 allowed you to play as both the Master Chief and Spartan Locke. Whilst I enjoyed this, I think there wasn't enough balance, as you played as Spartan Locke for almost 70% of the campaign. In Halo 6, I'd like the campaign to focus much more on the Master Chief. In their trilogy, 343 Industries are exploring the humanity of the Master Chief, and I think for this to be done correctly, the story needs to have a stronger focus on him as opposed to Spartan Locke. If they decide to bring Spartan Locke back, his missions need to advance the overall story, then tie into the Master Chief's story towards the end, much like how the Master Chief's and Arbiter's story connected in previous Halo games. The next thing I'd like Halo 6 to bring is a better multiplayer progression system, particularly when it comes to unlocking new armour. Halo 5 introduced the Rec system, which made all armour unlocks completely random. You can unlock any set of armour at any Spartan rank, which essentially means that the rank has little purpose. This is a contrast to previous Halo games, which allowed you to unlock armour by either reaching a certain rank or performing certain tasks. This style of unlocking armour works much better in my opinion, because it gives you something to work towards, and it makes unlocking armour much more satisfying. Wearing the Hayabusa armour in Halo 3 after collecting all the skulls in the campaign felt amazing because I'd earned it. In Halo 5, I never really got attached to a set of armour because it was essentially unlocked by luck. I hope that both level-based and achievement-based unlocks make a return in Halo 6 to make ranking up more fun and purposeful. In Halo 6, I think it's essential for 343 to bring back split screen. One of the most controversial things about Halo 5 was the lack of split screen. This was cut from the game in order to reach a stable 60 FPS for both multiplayer and the campaign. Since its release in 2001, split screen has been a staple in the Halo series, and many gamers have fond memories of playing Slayer on the couch together or battling through the campaigns cooperatively. Next-gen consoles really suffer from a lack of split screen titles, so I think bringing back split screen will be a great move for both the Halo series and the Xbox One. Another thing I'd like to see in the next Halo game is a tutorial for the Forge mode. Presuming that Halo 6 will feature Forge, I think it would be a good idea for 343 to add an optional tutorial for it. The Forge mode in Halo 5 was without a doubt the best in the series to date, and some of the creations that have come from the community have been mind-blowing. However, Halo 5's Forge mode was also the most complicated. I think that a tutorial in Halo 6 would encourage gamers to give Forge a go, and if they were taught the basic skills such as constructing, scripting and lighting, players will be less likely to be overwhelmed by the sheer power and complexity of Forge. Finally, something else I'd love to see in Halo 6 is Firefight at launch. Firefight quickly became popular amongst gamers because it added an addictive, cooperative experience that challenged players with the task of surviving waves of enemies. Unfortunately, Halo 4 didn't include Firefight, and Halo 5 didn't get it until almost 10 months after it was released. Firefight is a brilliant game mode, and it caters towards players who prefer playing cooperatively as opposed to competitively. I think that including Firefight at launch would mean that Halo 6 would have a greater variety of content at launch, and it would hook players for longer. As a side note, I'd like an offline version of Firefight to return that allows players to battle wave upon wave for as long as they can. As mentioned earlier, we reached out to Ryan McCaffrey, an executive editor at IGN and the host of Podcast Unlocked, to find out what he'd like to see in Halo 6. He responded by saying he'd like to see Halo 6 feature a good campaign, which I think is a brilliant suggestion. The campaign in Halo 5 was a bit of a disappointment, and it failed to live up to the brilliant ending of Halo 4 and the legacy of the Halo series. We'd like to thank Ryan for taking the time to respond to us. Be sure to check out IGN and the new Podcast Unlocked channel. You can find the links in the description. We also have a suggestion from one of our fantastic viewers. This episode, the suggestion comes from Isaac A, who wants the Falcon from Halo Reach to return. This is an absolutely brilliant suggestion. The Falcon was one of my favourite UNSC vehicles, and I think that having a flying vehicle that could carry multiple passengers was great, especially in the multiplayer. If the Falcon didn't return, I'd at least like to see a UNSC flying vehicle, such as the Hornet or the Wasp. Who knows, maybe our dream of flying a Pelican in multiplayer might finally come true after all these years. Thank you so much for your suggestion, Isaac, it's greatly appreciated. Okay, so that was our wishlist for Halo 6. Thanks very much for any suggestions for this video. In the next episode of Digital Desires, Dan will be discussing the things we would most like to see in the next Dragon Age game. For a chance to receive a shout out, comment below the things you would like to see in the next Dragon Age game. We really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more gaming and film related videos. Thank you very much for watching.